Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 515. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the man that squints at the camera when I do the intro. It's Too Fresh Crash.
I'm always wondering, like, are you going to do a bit? Are you going to remember it? Are you going to forget it? Like, legitimately forget it? I'm always like, you know, you keep me anticipated, so I can only imagine what the listeners go through during that intro.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Today, I looked at the show notes on time. That's it. That's all it is, Crash. Right? So it depends what mood I'm in. I keep you on your toes. Keep the people entertained. You know? Call me the LeBron James of podcasting intros.
I don't think I'll do that.
I'm the GOAT. I'm the GOAT.
I would be calling you the Michael Jordan then, no?
No. I said what I said. I said what I said. And alongside, of course, the one and only, the man's on the ones and twos, it is Mr. Paul Despawn. Hello.
So I know you're a consummate professional, so I know you're never going to get it wrong. So I'm never worried.
There's no such thing. Look,
I'm so really good at lying.
No.
They're not related in any way.
Mention that. Okay. Sure.
just mentioning that as well.
You can't be wrong if you're never right.
I don't think that's how it works.
No, statistically, that's
actively being wrong in that statement.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're wrong for thinking that I'm wrong, which actually means I'm right.
But you're wrong.
What you did is you just dug a deeper hole.
Yeah.
And instead of like kicking the dirt out of the hole, you're just putting it on top of yourself now.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was right all the time,
which you're not,
you would never be wrong. That's the way you're never wrong, is if you're right all the time.
Yeah. But you're wrong all the time, so therefore you're never right. See how that works?
Welcome back to My Xbox and Me. This is our weekly Xbox podcast right here on youtube.com/MyXboxandMe and all podcast services. If you want the show early, head over to patreon.com/MCFixer. Support it financially. We'd appreciate you. Find us on all podcast services. Sorry, there's a frog in the back of my throat. Ribbit. Subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitch. Yeah, I don't know why I did the ribbit. I gotta be honest, lads. It kind of just came out of nowhere. I felt like it, you know. Sometimes you just feel it, you know. I was just feeling it. Doom the Dark Ages. Doom the Dark Ages is a video game that has come out from a first-party Xbox team. Once again, boys, who raise of hands, who has played it?
You want us to raise hands on an audio podcast? Okay. Me.
Thank you.
You haven't played Fix?
No, I was busy playing other video games. I have beaten video games and playing other stuff. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to beat it. Now you're gonna say, but we pushed this podcast specifically so everyone should play it.
Yes. That is one thing I would say. My second question for this week would be, since we pushed it from Tuesday, we usually record. So you've had like 3 days. How many hours in that time have you played roleplay?
4?
4 hours.
Okay. I think so.
Okay.
That's not bad. I
expected longer. I expected more. Yeah, I expected more. And that's not 4. By the way, that's 4 for the week, not 4 hours a day, right?
No, for the week. I think.
Okay.
Maybe 5. Maybe 5. Okay. Let's just in my defense. Yeah, before we get into our thoughts, opinions, and all of that jazz.
Yes, sir.
Number one, I was waiting for my code to come because I was told I was getting a code and it didn't come the day of when everybody else got theirs. So I was waiting for that. Now you're going to say it was on Game Pass. My Game Pass ran out and I didn't want to pay for more. Especially considering I was getting a code. All right, there's all right. So it came late. That's number one. Number two, I've been I can't talk about what. Oh, that's a lie. I went to the Doom Dark Ages launch party at Loading Bar.
Yeah.
I didn't play the game there either.
This guy.
But I was there. Thank you to my friend Geek Cassie for bringing me and Haley along. And then I was also at another thing that I cannot currently speak about. Doing work stuff. So I've been busy. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like I've been at home. I haven't been at home not playing games. I've been busy.
Okay.
Are you convinced, Crash? That thing soon.
What was that, T-Spawn?
Are you convinced?
I'll accept it for now. I'll
For
accept
now,
it for
yeah.
now.
For now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of talking about what I haven't played, boys, how about we hear what you've been playing? Chris, we'll start with you. Doom the Dark Ages. Surface level, how many
Yes.
hours you've been playing? What do you think of the game thus far?
I don't know how many hours I've played. I've only played 2 chapters. I played the first 2 chapters.
Sure.
It's okay. It's more Doom. It feels like the shield and parry stuff seems interesting. I don't
Let me
notice
stop
that
you.
it's... Go ahead.
Sorry, because I feel like giving some context is maybe some people that don't know your long history with the franchise. Because otherwise, I feel, and because that's maybe
It's gonna come off. Yeah, that's
sometimes
fair.
it's gonna come off like I don't like Doom. Okay, what is your history with the franchise? This is the 3rd game in this 4th one.
The 3rd. There was
This is the third in this trilogy.
First 2, and this is the prequel. So, what's your history with Doom? Just to give you a little bit of context.
Yeah, I've definitely played Eternal. I feel like I've played the first one at some point. I don't really recall it, so I might not have played it. I'm not really a Doom guy, so this being more Doom, and I might sound like lukewarm towards it, because I am, but it's not a negative at all. I think if you are a Doom fan, you will enjoy what's here. I think it is 100% for you. It just it wasn't enough to like finally pull me into the franchise. Is more so my viewpoint on it, which is not a negative, I think, for the game at all.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the same boat as you. I played 1. I didn't play Eternal because I was like, I'm not really into this necessarily. Like, don't get me wrong, I can appreciate what it has done and what that game is, but it's not really usually a me game. Obviously, the big push on this one was story, and it is a little bit slower from what I've been told. Been told.
It does feel slower than what I remember from Eternal, but it doesn't feel that much slower. It just feels like they took away some of your movement options where like you had like sideways dashes and grappling hooks, and you don't have those anymore, but they give you like a shield bash so you can close distance and stuff like that. There are tools there, but it does in general, from what I remember, feel slower.
Story? Is it actually worth it?
I do not care for the story. There's a cutscene at the start of every chapter and like at the end of every chapter, pretty much, with some story sprinkled in between. And maybe that changes more. I'm only 2 chapters. There's 20 something chapters in the game. I believe it's 20 something chapters in the game.
22.
For me right now, it's like I don't like they're trying to give this narrative and this push for whatever. I can't find myself being intrigued by it, and maybe it's because I don't know the Doom universe that much or the Doom lore or whatever. I just don't. There was no hook for me to care for the story in that first 2 chapters.
Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. Despawn, over to you then, my friend. Same questions. What chapter are you on? A little bit of context of like your history with the Doom series, and then some initial thoughts, if you can, please.
Yeah, sure. So for me, I am currently on chapter 7 or 8, I believe now. So I'm getting a bit further. It's about a third of the way through. So it is 22 chapters altogether. In regards to my history with the Doom franchise, I'm old, so I've been there for all of it. So I was there for the old school Doom, Doom 1 and 2, Doom 64, all of that stuff. Dabbled in Doom and Doom Eternal. So the 2016 and 2020, I want to say. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, so I'm quite familiar with the entire franchise. For this one though, I feel like I don't know what it is about it. Something feels lacking. Like just I can't put my finger on it. I don't like. For me, the big thing is the music. Like the change from Mick Gordon to the new composers just doesn't have that sauce. Just doesn't quite hit as well as it should do. I think, like Crash said, like the removal of certain movement mechanics in the game kind of leave you feeling a bit more stagnant, especially when it comes to like area fights with like a lot of enemies. You don't feel like you can move around as much. The shield is fun to start with, but then after a while it just feels like busy work of trying to like wait for that to recharge, to hit again, to wait for it to recharge, to hit again, to hit again. That's basically the OP move in the entire thing until it comes to like the bigger enemies. So for all of the fodder, it is just shield charge, shield charge, shield charge. And I feel like that takes away a little bit from like the weapon systems, because the weapons are fun, but they're very superfluous when you could just take out most of the enemies with a shield charge.
Sorry, what was that word again? Sorry.
That would be superfluous. Yes.
Oh, can we get a definition for that one, please?
Superfluous. It means surplus to requirements. You don't really need them. So
Man,
the weapons
with a synonym. Synonym.
Do we use it in a sentence? Yeah.
Yes, please. One more time, please.
So the weapons in Doom, the Dark Ages, are superfluous.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
I'll take a continent. And another vowel.
B and A. F and U. How about that? There you
go. No, okay, yeah. I agree with you on the. I don't agree with you because I agree with you from the internet's from what I've seen on the internet, especially on the music. Saw a TikTok literally just before doing the podcast, which was like, even the menu music, it's loud, but it doesn't hit. It doesn't have that same. Yeah. That's literally what this lady said, and she knows her stuff because she was cosplaying as Doom guy. So I believe her. And that's what you got to do for me on my TikTok. If you seem to pretend to know what you're talking about, I'll believe you. You know.
So use big words like superfluous. I'll wear a Doom guy outfit. Yeah.
No, Fix wouldn't understand it. So Fix would be like, "This guy is full of shit. He's making up words."
Exactly. That's not an English word. How dare you? But yeah, no. I plan on playing it. I'll probably play it next week. The plan is to play it. I want to play the Precinct. I don't know if you know what that is. It's the GTA old school style game where you are the cop. I'm gonna play that next week and Doom, so I'll have something to say on it on next week podcast. And hopefully Matt's back and he'll have more to say as well. But yeah, I don't think any of us on the pod are the Doom guy. Unfortunately. So
I wanted this to be the one. But yeah, I think it just does. I think I said at the beginning, it just does not have the sauce for me.
Story-wise, because you're deeper than me, does the story end up getting better, or is it so more of like the same of those first two chapters?
It seems to be trying to do something interesting. Like I don't want to spoil anything for those that are wanting to play the story, but it's doing something interesting with how the Doomslayer like fits into the world and stuff like that. And like how he's been controlled, but that's all I'll really say about it. So yes, I'm interested to see how that plays out, but I don't know. Like I'm not excited to go back to it. Like my goal was to try and finish as much of it was that I could this weekend, and I played like 4 other games instead.
And you know
which we'll get to in a minute.
I'd love to hear what those 4 other games are. So let's jump into what's been in our box. But I want to talk about a game that I finished, which is I finally finished Clair Obscura.
He did it, guys. He did it.
Holy shit. What a game. Like, I don't know. Do you know what? It's funny, right? Like, I think the last time I had this feeling, to give a little bit of context, the last time I had this feeling about a game was probably Baldur's Gate 3. Once that came out, it's a game that, again, I don't think Clair Obscura mechanically, and again, I've been doing a lot more research on just because, again, I'm not the RPG guy, right? Like, I don't know about Final Fantasy IX's this and this, that, and that. But what I have gathered is Clair Obscura takes a lot of elements from a lot of RPGs and brings them all into one. And for me, I'm like, yeah, this game's special. Like, this game is special. So special. I have my issues with the game, don't get me wrong. But it's a very, very, very special game that anyone who's an RPG fan has to play. Like, it's a must-play game. Story alone, I think it might be up there for... Now I'm on the podcast. Do I say it as a statement? I've been thinking.
Say it.
I don't know.
Put it out there. Put it out there. Go on.
I think the story, once you sit with that story for a little bit and you start thinking about it more and more and more, I think it might be. It's definitely, in my opinion, for me, in the top 10 stories in video games that I've ever played.
Okay.
Ever. For me. And again, you've got to remember that there's a few takeaways from this. Remember. Number 1, I'm a complete and utter idiot. I am stupid. I do not comprehend things very well. And usually, I need it in the most layman terms possible to just enjoy it. I am the shut up and be quiet in the movie theater. Let me see Spider-Man swing around. Oh my God, it's amazing. That's what I usually am.
We all know you've got that BDE. You got that big dumb energy.
Big dumb energy. Yeah, thank you. This game.
What do you think of it?
I don't know. BBC maybe. Yeah, this game isn't that. It's complex. It's layered. It's emotional. It's thought-provoking. And it is a very, very, very special game. Yeah, again, I really hope people don't... Because, again, I'm seeing a lot of people like, oh, the parry system, though. I'm like, just drop it down to easy and just play the game. Like, generally, that's what I did. That's what I did in the end. I ended up... Not because I couldn't do it, just that some of the boss fights were taking me a little bit longer than I wanted, and I wanted to get through the story. Now, I would not have skipped that battle to get through that story, because that would make me a bitch. But dropping it down to easy, I had no issue with doing. But that's just me.
Okay, that's good to know.
But yeah, honestly, it's game of the year so far. I don't see anything on the horizon now that GTA 6 has been delayed, even coming close. It would have to take something extremely seriously special to even come close to this game for this year for me.
Yeah,
that's fair.
But yeah, that's I've been playing that, and then I played Star Wars Outlaws. New DLC dropped, A Pirate's Fortune. Again, take everything I say with a pinch of salt for this one, because I was sponsored to play it on the Ubi channel. Did about an hour and a half of the story. I had a fun stream, enjoyed my time on stream, hanging out with chat and the Ubi audience. Always a great time on there. Haven't got too much more to say on there, don't want to spoil anything, so yeah, but I have played that. I plan on finishing it on my stream. I think it's around 4 hours, maybe 5 hours, 3 to 4 to 5 hours long. So yeah, I will jump in and carry on. One thing I will say is I do forget that I did have a good time with Star Wars Outlaws. Like the rhetoric around Star Wars Outlaws, whenever, again, I'm in that hub of that right, but like whenever it gets mentioned, it's like, this game sucks, this to this. Now, I'm not sitting here saying you're entitled to your opinion, whatever you think, but I had a good time with it when I was in that world. So jumping back in that world, I was like, oh yeah, I remember why I enjoyed this. I remember why I enjoyed this world, and yeah, I don't begrudge going back to that world ever. And obviously Sabag, I'm addicted.
Sabag, baby.
We definitely played a good half an hour of that on stream. So
I'm interested to go back to it, because I think I've got the DLC. I think I got the special edition, so it comes with it. So yeah, I remember having so much fun in that world, and I haven't gone back since they did all the updates to it as well, with making like false stealth and all that kind of stuff. And changing up that kind of things. So I'm interested to jump back into that world. So yes, I might have to run through this as well.
You got Wildcard DLC, which I beat the other day. I beat that as well. So I've beaten the first DLC, and then I played half of the other one, I believe. Yeah, it's good. I think it's good. I think there's enough meat on the bones of the first DLC that I'm like, yeah, I can sit down and play this for 3-4 hours and have fun with it. And that's exactly what I did. So yeah, but definitely, if you find yourself in a moment of like, oh, I want to be in a Star Wars world, why not jump in and finish that, play that start and finish that DLC,
Yeah, exactly.
What a crazy statement for someone to say. I want to be in a Star Wars world.
Oh my God, this guy's a hater.
I'm just joking. Before somebody kills me, I'm just joking.
Crash, we'll push to you. What have you been playing, my dude?
The only games I've played, Doom the Dark Ages, which I already talked about, and then Expedition 33. I'm at the top of Act 3.
Ooh.
You're at the end of the game.
Yeah, it very much feels like I can go directly to the end, or they've opened up a whole bunch of side stuff with the floating islands and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I didn't do any of that. I went straight to the end of the story.
You can do the floating islands and stuff like that after you do the story. Yes, no?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to focus on that. Just
don't worry about it. Yeah, just do story if you want to do story, just so we can finally get to this spoiler cast.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything to wait for the spoiler cast. We can wait another week or so.
Yeah, but I will say, But to specifically answer your question, yes, you can just do the story, and after the story ends, you can just carry on doing other stuff in the world.
Yeah,
I want to try and do some of the new stuff that they unlock, but the difficulty gets a lot higher because they give you something specifically that enables the difficulty to be as hard as it is. and I was like, I can grind this out and set them up.
At the end.
I can set this up, but then I was like, I'm just gonna. That'll take a lot of time. I think I'd rather just go through and finish it and then go back when I feel like it to play the game and sort of pick off the rest of the side bits. I really like what I've played so far. I have opinions and thoughts, and I think most of those are deserving for the spoiler cast. So I will
spoilers?
keep it. There's story thoughts that are spoilerish. Yeah.
Sure.
But it's good. I've enjoyed it. I think I'm with Fix for the most part. I don't think I'm as high on it for sure being my game of the year this year.
What is? What's so far?
No. For right now it is, but I'm saying like I'm not so like it's not as embedded in that first place spot for me. Where I'm like Ghost of Yotei comes out, I'm like I could see that taking it over depending on how good that is.
Pish posh. Literally, it's between Schedule 1 right now and
Schedule 1. It will be good number 9 or 10 game.
I'm just saying. Right now for me, it's between Schedule 1 and Expedition 33. Like that's where I'm at. So
I need to go back to that as well.
Schedule 1.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a big update. I'm waiting for like a big update. Haley's still playing it, so she's playing regularly. She plays just sitting there. She's still on her own. She got her own story mode that she plays. She's named all of her drugs books. Like so, it's like I'm selling Harry Potter, or I'm selling Alice in Wonderland, or I'm selling. So she keeps saying to me, "Look, I need to get in my bookstore, and my customers need their books." Like, so that's what she's doing at the moment, which is hilarious.
I like it.
But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think I still need to go. Me and Despawn, we probably should. We need to play Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
eventually. Kingdom Come Deliverance is definitely going to be in the conversation. So I think I'm gonna have to give that the college try at some point. And then I don't really know what else is. I don't think I've missed too much other than that.
No, I think the ones people are like floating around are Blueprints.
Blueprints.
Expedition.
Yeah.
The one you mentioned, Kingdom Come Deliverance. I think those are the three that are really like up there, and then some nods to like preference-based people. But I think those are the three that are constantly like in that game of the year spot right now.
Yeah, Haley keeps having a go at me. She wants to go back to Blueprints badly. Like she keeps saying to me, "Are we gonna go back? Because like we haven't played in weeks now." And I'm like, "Yeah, maybe."
You roll credits?
She's got time off next week, so she'll be off for a week soon. So I'm like,
that'd be the perfect time.
You have to.
Hey. We're thinking about going away for like a 4-day weekend or something like that. So I'm like, hey, how about we just go to Italy? I'll bring an Xbox, and then we can do all the we can do all the stuff during the day, and then in the evenings we can just play Blueprints.
Smart.
To win-win. People are like, why would you go all the way to Italy and play Blueprints? I'm like, because that's what I do.
Because you have the nice view out the window as you're playing Blueprints.
Exactly.
Just before you close the curtains because it's too bright.
It's too, the sun's glaring on my bloody screen. Get out of here. Despawn, what have you been playing?
A lot. So like I say, I've been trying not to play Doom because it just wasn't gelling with me. So I've been playing other stuff. Playing more Wanderstop. I talked about that last week. I'm getting very deep into the story now. It's very, very, very complex and deep, and definitely recommend it. Like, could it make my Game of the Year list? Too early to tell, but because I'm quite early into it, but I am really enjoying what they're doing with that story and the mixing of like a cozy game with a very not cozy like discussion. So yeah, definitely recommend it. I checked out Revenge of the Savage Planet. So I was just looking for new games added to Game Pass. So this is a brand new game. It's a sequel to Journey to the Savage Planet. It's basically a third-person exploration game where you just run around, do dumb stuff, fight aliens, capture them. It gives me that kind of like Rick and Morty style comedy vibes, with like just a fun like open world to run around in. And yeah, it's quite fun. I enjoyed what I played of it. Really enjoyed that. Will I play more of it? I don't know. Depends what comes up soon. I don't know what's out anytime soon.
It's on Game Pass, right?
Yeah, it's on Game Pass.
It looks like a stream game, like it's co-op and everything, right? So
2-player co-op, I think.
Have you played the first one?
No.
Okay.
But I don't feel like you need to.
Got it. That was going to be my next question. Okay.
No, it very much sets it up of like, so from what I understand of the first one, you are like you are sent out by a company to go explore the world, like the galaxy. In this one, another company buys your company and then ships you out on 100-year journey. And then when you get to the end of your 100-year journey and you wake up out of cryostasis, you get fired.
Oh.
So it's you trying to get back to Earth for revenge. Yeah, so it's quite interesting. They do a really interesting thing where they have like full like actual video, like live action video of you speaking to people. So it's like a voice comm thing. So it's like you're talking to someone on Skype or something. It's really funny. I'm really enjoying the humor of it all. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it might be one of those games that just dip in and out when I want something fun to play for an hour or two. And then I jumped into Oblivion Remastered. Got about an hour in. Got attacked by a bandit like 3 times in a row. Uninstalled the game. It's not for me.
And that's okay.
And that is okay. That is okay.
That is okay.
Yes. Yeah. To be honest, it was a hard push for me to even like it in the first place. Like the fantasy Bethesdas have never been my go-to. I've always been more of the Fallout side of it all, and like obviously Starfield. Like the Skyrims and Oblivions just never really kind of gelled with me. So I didn't expect to like it, but yeah, you can tell it's like it looks beautiful, but you know, that's about it. It's still Oblivion to its core. And then the last thing I played,
as long as you're willing to fake your hype for the next Elder Scrolls.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Be fine.
Yeah, when we get a reaction trailer, yeah, for sure. Like, oh my god, it looks so good!
Oh my god, guys, it's here!
It's so shiny!
Wait, literally, just take this and add it to the trailer reaction, and Crash's reaction would still be the same.
Yeah, like.
You know, I was thinking hard. Could I fake it? No, I couldn't.
No, you got him.
No, that's when we know that's when we know you're actually excited. Is when you actually like.
Yeah.
I still remember the Blade one. Like, is that Blade? Is that Blade? Like, is that Blade?
Yeah, that was...
He's happy. He's hyped. He's hyped. We knew it was coming.
You got one more. What else you been playing?
I do have one more. You mentioned it briefly, but I have been playing quite a bit of the Precinct. So this is, like you mentioned, it's the kind of like old school drop down, or like isometric GTA, where you play as the cops rather than the bad guys. It's a lot of fun. The start is really strong. Like, I really enjoyed the start. Like, it does a really good job of building it up and like teaching you the mechanics of the world. After a bit though, it kind of gets a little bit samey. So the kind of loop is you go out, you stop crimes, you collect evidence, and randomly some of those evidence will point to gangs in the city. And as you gather more evidence towards those gangs, you can then try and take those gangs down. And it's just kind of like, I think there's like 3 gangs that you have to do that with, at least as far as I can tell. And yeah, it's kind of like rinse and repeat. Like when you get to the point where you can take a gang down, it's like you have one mission to go take down their base of operations. And yeah, but it's fun for the most part. Like, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with it. It's just after a while, you can kind of see the limitations of like the different missions don't really have a lot of variety. But like, all in all, if you like that kind of like just that procedural stuff of just like going through the motions and just like, it's a nice relaxing time of just like, you know, we'll pull somebody over for speeding. We see somebody littering. You'll do the shakedown and go through the motion of like checking their ID, checking a breathalyzer, checking if they've got warrants and things like that. It's like, it's quite interesting going through those motions. I think it'd make a really good podcast game. Like if you just want to listen to a podcast in the background or whatever and play this as you're listening, I think it'd be really good for that.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it. I need a break on I need a new game after Expedition as well. I'm like, okay, what am I gonna play? I want something a bit smaller. So,
this would be a really good palate cleanser. Like I say, I think that those first couple of hours are going to be really good for you. Like they do a really good job of like setting up the world and like building you up into it.
Fair enough. All right, boys, let's get into this week's dashboard. Not too much news to talk about. There are a couple of big ones though that's going around in the world right now. Marathon developer Bungie is going through it right now. Unfortunately, as they're reviewing some stuff. Unfortunately, some art has been used in their is it beta? I think it's beta, right? It was
the
used
alpha.
Alpha. Thank you. And yes, some art's been used from an artist, and they have been uncredited for it. This kind of blew up all over Twitter, and the artist sort of come out like, "Hey, this is mine. Like, I made this, by the way. Desmond, I'll throw it to you because you probably got a little bit more information on it all. Talk to me. What's going on with all this?"
Yeah, so basically the artist is known as Anti-Real. She is a very like futuristic kind of like artist designer. So she's a visual musical artist. She accused Bungie of basically wholesale ripping off a lot of the artwork that she posted up in 2017. And this all started showing up within the alpha. And it wasn't just kind of like it kind of looks like it. Like the side-by-side comparisons were very clear. This is wholesale, just like copied and pasted. It came out that Bungie came out and said that basically the art was used in a mood board, and then it was kind of like uploaded into the game by accident.
Can I just interject? So I've been the part of I've been to studios where I've seen the way they do these mood boards and stuff like that. So what happens is it's very much what you probably are thinking, but when they're pitching when the developers pitching their game and things of that nature, right? They bring in all of these different references from different mediums. It could be from films and comics and TV shows and all this stuff. So then they'll put it all together. Like I've seen like trailers of like, oh, this is where we got the inspiration for the. So that part is very natural in the development cycle, in terms of like mood boards and things of that nature. It getting put into the game otherwise not so natural. So yeah, carry on.
So basically it came out that one of the art directors had been following this person for years. They had submitted the artwork. Go ahead,
it's
Crush.
not just one person. It's multiple.
Oh, is it multiple people? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yes, it is. But in the same breath, they also came out on Twitter and said, I know we're all kind of jumping around here, but they came out and said that yes, that a few people from Bungie do follow them. They've not been in contact with them at all.
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying.
I'm just to give a little bit more context. Just give a little bit more context.
Yeah.
So yeah, carry on.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll just jump into the statement from Bungie, just to give you clarification on what they've said. So we are conducting a thorough review of our in-game assets, specifically those done by this former Bungie artist. And implementing stricter checks to document all artist contributions. We value the creativity and dedication of all artists who contribute to our game, and we are committed to doing right by them. The company also noted that it has reached out to Anti-Real to discuss the issue and are committed to doing the right thing by the artist. On paper, this looks like it's one rogue artist doing bad things and not submitting and not like showing where they got their ideas from. Sadly, though, this isn't the first time Bungie have had this.
Yep.
Yep. So back in 2021, the studio acknowledged that fan art of a Destiny 2 character was used in a trailer without permission. And in 2023, they had to reach out and compensate an independent artist for fan art used in a Destiny 2 cutscene. And they also used fan art for a Destiny 2 Nerf gun as well. So once I could see it being a mistake by one solo artist. Twice, bit iffy. 3 times, you're getting to a bit of a reputation for these kind of things.
You know, there's a part of a development team, you know, the QA team that tests games and you know, you run around checking stuff out. You know, it would be really great if you didn't fire those people that when they work on games to find stuff like that. That'd be a fantastic idea.
Nah, that's not QA's job.
That's not QA job to find artwork.
No.
I know what you're saying. I get this.
They fired a lot of people in a lot of different jobs, not directly QA, but they fired people who
they were fired out departments.
Oversight.
Yeah. I think this is interesting. This is interesting, especially after they've been bought by Sony and things of that nature. Right?
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna say something, and I think this is another sign that I forget what the name of the guy who leads Bungie right now is. I think it's time for him to step down and somebody else to take over. I think there's just so many.
This ain't his fault though.
But it is. He's running, but everything that happens under there, it's happened how many times? That is his job to fix the issue.
I get you.
It's a repeated issue, and it's constantly, every time it's something new, it's something else. I do think it's time for whoever it is to step aside, take on a unactive role. If you still want to be a part of the company with a fancy name, go for it. But somebody else needs to be in charge, because I think Bungie's really running on thin ice of like loyalty to the company, even as far as like players who have loved Bungie for a very long time ago.
I think it's done, bro. I'll keep it a buck. I think Marathon is not shaping up the way I think they thought it was going to be.
I was being very to my statement. I 100% agree with you.
So I mean,
allow me to interject. I think it's over.
Allow me to interject. Following this, I didn't post it in here, but I did want to add to it. There was rumors that they were going to start a whole marketing cycle, because like Marathon's supposed to be out in a few months. Apparently that might not be the case anymore. The rumors are that they might not be looking at the $40 price point anymore. They may look at an extended alpha testing phase of just like open betas and things like that leading up to the launch. Because apparently not just the artwork stuff, but apparently just the game response wasn't great.
I think the other issue they had was ARC came out at the same time with their
Arc Raiders,
or whatever it was. Sorry, ARC. I keep calling it ARC for some reason.
I know, I did the same when I first saw it.
ARC Raiders came out, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, this game is awesome! It gives me a feeling that nothing else does." And then Marathon's there, like, "Hey, we exist." Everyone's like, "Yeah, we don't care."
Honestly, of the two, I am more excited for the more realistic looking Arc Raiders.
Yeah, no, me too. 100%. But yeah, very interesting. And I hope that this woman, or this person, I should say, sorry.
I'll confirm female.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I hope they get paid.
Yep.
I hope they get paid very well. And
I hope they get that bag. Yeah, I hope they don't accept nothing but a big bag.
Exactly. Next story, our last cut story for this week, unfortunately, not too much, like I said before. EA is currently pushing, or has pushed, the developers back into the office. Remote working is effectively done. They're not hiring remote working anymore. We've got a few bits here on IGN. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I just thought an interesting conversation, because there is a lot of, this is happening a lot now with a lot of different companies in a lot of different industries as well. It isn't just gaming that this is happening to, but a lot of people went to a hybrid system where it was like you had to be in 2 days a week and 3 days you work from home. We all work from home or whatever, right? Like, but where do you come down on this, Despawn? Like, what do you think? Like, is this a bad idea? Is this a good idea? This is obviously an email was sent out by Andrew Wilson, which is the CEO. What do you think of all this?
As somebody who has been a home worker since the beginning of the pandemic, we in my previous position we switched straight away and never went back, and now my new position is fully remote as well. It's this mandate to go back to the office after years of not being required is such a major upheaval for a lot of people. It's like, you settle into like your work-life balance, maybe you move out of the country or you move different counties because, it's cheaper and you don't have to worry about going into the office anymore. And now you're told, actually, no, you need to go into the office. Now you've got to return to another city that you didn't want to be in. People will have upended their lives for these kind of things. To then just turn around when, for all intents and purposes, I don't think I've ever seen any company come out and say that, show facts and like figures that, ending remote working is better. I've never seen.
To be fair with EA, I'm pretty sure it's like if you're within a certain range, you go into a hybrid system if you're already hired.
Yes.
And then outside of that range, you're still a remote worker. So it's not like completely uprooting the system.
And I was gonna get to that. I was gonna get to that. But the issue is that's just the start.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. That's the start.
Yeah. There's a whole thing on IGN that you can go read if you want to check out all the information. But yeah, there is a whole, and I was gonna get to it, but it's like I say, no, you give an inch, they take a mile. Yeah. So and do not get it twisted.
Yeah, and the one thing I do want to add to this as well is this, like the point that was raised in the title of this is effectively ending remote hiring. There are so many great people who could do a job fantastically, but do not get the ability to do it because they are not based in the certain point of the country. It's like remote working lets you hire the best people for the job regardless. The video game industry is like, especially in the UK specifically, is very built around like 2 or 3 hubs. So you've got like, you're either like super north in Scotland somewhere, you are in London, or you're in Leamington Spa.
Guildford's like 23 studios. Guildford is huge for it. Yeah, I know, you're right.
Yeah, it's like if you're not around those areas, like you have to rely on remote working, and that's like, you know, you're cutting off like 90% of the country who may be suitable for that job who don't have the ability to move.
You touched on a few things, right? Like I definitely agree with you on like the relocation thing is obviously huge. For me, it's like travel and food and stuff like that, where I'm like, now I need to. So can I renegotiate my contract? Because I now need to work out, especially living in London, traveling into Central is expensive. Especially when you do it frequently. When I go to the office and stuff like that, it costs me £30. Imagine £30 a day.
Yeah.
And then I've got lunch on top of that. And yes, you could say I could buy sandwiches and all this stuff. I know you could do it cheaper. I'm not saying you couldn't. But yeah, it's interesting that I'm like, so what, can I renegotiate my contract? Because I need an extra, I want to cover my travel at least, because I'm used to living on, let's say hypothetically, I'm used to living on £1,700 or whatever it is. I'm just using that number, popping that number out anywhere. But now you're like, okay, cool. I want £400 of that to go on travel. It's like, excuse me, that's my childcare. That's my shopping. That's my groceries for my Americans. You know, that's what that is. Like, no, like I can see why this can be stressful to people in a huge way. So yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. I don't think EA should be vilified for it because a lot of companies are doing it, just so we're fully aware. There's lots and lots and lots of companies that are doing this. But EA is obviously the one that makes the headlines.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, in a degree, I do think not EA directly should be vilified. I think the idea of it should too.
Yes, sure, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. All I'm saying is like there's plenty of even small studios that will be like, yo, we think the creativity in the room is better when we're all here and we're bouncing ideas off each other compared to them being in a Discord call or Zoom or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And there's arguments for that. Again, I make music, right? I make music, and when I'm saying my creative process between when we go to the studio compared to writing music at home is entirely different. And I know for myself, if like it's not exactly the same thing, obviously, but I'm just saying in a creative way, I know I would probably work better in an office around peers and things like that, allowing me to stay focused on tasks at hand. My issue is like I've already proven that I can have Twitch up in the background and work effectively. So please don't then when I'm in the office be like, why is that on? Like, leave me alone. I can do my job effectively, and that's when it becomes even worse, right? Because like then you will micromanage me and be like, "What are you doing?"
I mean, the pessimist in me says that the reason they're doing this is so they can micromanage people.
I just pretend to smoke.
It's probably like, they're probably like, people are wasting their time instead of working on the game. They're probably doing nothing while they're off, while their work computer's on or something like that. I
mean, that sounds like bad management then. Surely you should have benchmarks in place that you can test those things. And it doesn't matter where that person is as long as they're hitting their benchmarks.
Are they doing the work they need to get done is the big thing.
That's it. If they're doing it, doesn't matter where they do it from. Like I could be in New York as long as I'm doing my work, right?
As long as you're on this podcast, you can be where the fuck you like, mate. I don't give a crap.
I'm off to bed.
But yeah, interesting. All right, let's jump into Guess That Game this week. It is my turn for Guess That Game. Remember, Guess What Game is the game show within the podcast where the boys will ask me yes or no questions. I will answer them to the best of my ability. And everyone will have a good time. And there will be no arguments and no one will get stressed. And it will be fun. The points look like this. Kresh is currently on 12 points. Matt is on 2 points, finally gone up from 1. Despawn is currently on 11 points. I am on 12 points. And Ryan McCaffrey is also on 1 point. Shout out to him. You can still catch Matt. We'll just send him back. If we can still catch Matt.
Come back.
Come back. I need to put a timer up, don't I? Let me do that. I should probably bring up a wiki as well.
Unless you know like this game.
Unless you know the facts very well. Back of your hand.
If I did, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
But if you answer any questions, I'm gonna look it up on the wiki, and if it doesn't match that wiki, I'm gonna cause a big sink.
So just gonna be you. Perfect. Yep. All right, here we go. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Crash first. 3, 2, 1. Bite. Go.
Was it an original Xbox title?
No.
Was it an Xbox exclusive?
No.
360 title?
No.
Xbox One. Oh.
It was on 360 eventually.
Eventually. Oh, okay. Did it originally come to PlayStation first? Is that why you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it a third-person game?
Yes.
Is it a shooting? Like, is it a shooter?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it a major publisher?
When you say is it a shooter, you mean is there shooting?
No. Is it like is Call of Duty a shooter? Like,
okay, it's not a shooter then.
Okay.
Sorry, question, Gresh?
I forgot what question I asked. Is it an RPG? I don't remember what it was. No.
Not an RPG. Is it a platformer?
No.
Action adventure game?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Is it by that? Okay, that's fine. Capcom?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Is it based off an IP? Like a pre-existing IP before the game? No.
Is it has it had subsequent sequels? Is it part of a franchise? Yes. Okay.
Did the franchise exist before the 360 era, or did it launch on 360?
It existed before. End of time.
Okay. I have a guess, but I don't know if it's right.
Yeah, I have a guess for a franchise too.
Mm-hmm. But I can't remember if it came. Let's just go for it. So originally PlayStation.
No, that's not what I said.
No, it originally came to PlayStation before coming to Xbox, is what I asked, and you said yes.
That's a very different question.
Yeah. Okay. Third person. It has shooting. It's an action adventure from Capcom.
Question mark to the action adventure.
And it is part of a franchise.
Yeah.
What's the definition of an action adventure game?
Whatever the wiki says is the.
Okay, it's not.
Does the wiki say it's an action adventure?
No.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna stick with what I think it is, but I'm probably wrong. But we'll see.
I'd put if it won best action game, I'd be like, all right, yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But anyway,
okay. The way you said that means it's not the one I'm thinking of.
It could be.
We'll see. All right.
Anything else?
I think that's everything we asked. I think you kind of knowed a lot of the things we were asking, so those are the ones that were yeses.
Yeah. I only have like one franchise that really could. I have Resident Evil is the only thing I could think of.
This one?
So I went Devil May Cry.
It's Resident Evil. Yeah. Resident Evil. Okay, let me land. Yeah. What is wrong with Resident Evil? Is an action adventure game. It's a survival horror game, but it's an action adventure game. There's no survival horror category for like game of the year. It would be an action adventure. That's where it would go.
Yeah. Probably.
Action
but
adventure, to be fair, it's a category. If we're being really real,
100%.
it is almost 95%.
Everything's an action adventure. 100%.
I'm not going to argue it. It's fine.
But there's a reason I picked this, which is I have a very good trivia question. No, I have a very good trivia question around it, which I don't think you're going to know the answer to. So I was at the boot sale today, and I have learned a new piece of trivia from a boot sale. Resident Evil 4 came to GameCube first, as we all know. Then it came to PlayStation. Finally got ported to 360 and every other platform to exist, including mobile. On PC, what game publisher published the game? I don't know if it's just the physical, but who published it on PC?
Oh, the original version. Okay.
On PC, physical PC. I don't want to show you the case because I might give it away, but I have. Let me just not show the bottom. I have it.
Yeah.
On PC.
Yeah.
Man. Okay.
I'm going to go on a limb on this one, and I don't think it's right.
Oh, wait. I want to make sure Crash has got his like.
Yeah.
I don't want to go off of your answer. Like I say, I was put it this way. We found it. I picked it up. Haley said, "I didn't know inside publisher here published this game," and my aggressive tone of like, "They didn't, you idiots! How dare you?" sort of thing. She went, "Well, what's that then?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I did not know that." Now, could be potentially only in the UK. I don't know, but I can only go off of what I have in front of me.
Okay, I have a publisher guess that I don't think will be right, but I have a publisher guess.
I'll let D-Spawn go first. He was ready. Go on, D-Spawn.
I don't think this is right, but I'm just because it was originally launched on there, I'm going to say Nintendo.
Nintendo, okay. That's not a bad guess, but Nintendo publishing PC games don't quite add up.
I mean,
Crash?
yeah.
I was going to say Activision.
Interesting. No, you're both wrong.
Okay.
Ubisoft.
Oh.
Ubisoft published, or distributed at least, the physical. It's got their logo on the bottom there, along with Capcom as well, by the way.
Yeah.
But I guess Capcom weren't doing physical games, maybe, for PC.
Maybe.
They could have also done the PC port at the time.
Yeah, possibly.
I don't know how often at the time Capcom would have been putting their games out on PC. I don't really know.
Honestly, I saw it and I was like, I didn't know Ubisoft published this. I was like, they didn't. What are you talking about? And I saw it. I was like, oh my god, I'm buying it.
You're gonna find out it's a fake cover that somebody printed just to put the Ubisoft on it.
That would be wild.
No,
if that was the case, that would be crazy.
So apparently Ubisoft just they did the port to PC.
I have a case that says Ubisoft.
Yeah,
that's all I need. There you go. So what? Cool. I mean, my piece of trivia kind of works. No, if you get the point. So there you go. Crash, did you get this right? You did, right? So
I did.
Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Blind ranking. We will do an audience blind ranking, but like I said before, I have been at the boot sales this week, boys. So I have got 5 games. Don't want you guys to see any of them.
I just saw one.
No, I just...
What was it?
I believe it was Mass Effect or one of them.
Nope, you're wrong. You're wrong. It was The Incredibles.
Okay.
There you go.
They look the same to me. That's fine.
Oh, Lego. Is that...
Lego Incredibles. Where are you ranking that 1 through 5?
5.
Yeah.
5.
I don't remember good things about it.
I've never played that game. I've never seen that game. I've never heard anybody talk about that game.
Yeah. No one's out here being like an Incredibles apologist.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that game existed.
Okay, 5. Sure, that's fine with me. Next up, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Ooh, that's the new one, right? That
launched with
so many bad things.
4 or 3 is what I'm thinking of.
This is the one that launched broken as hell.
Yeah, this is the one. Well, yeah, I'm thinking 4.
4. I'm cool with 4. I do know
Yeah.
some people liked the gameplay, and once they got rid of the microtransactions, there was more enjoyment towards
It was
it.
That's
fine.
what it was. It was microtransactions.
Yeah.
It was crazy with. Yes.
Yeah,
I
it's the fact that
remember
you like 100 hours to unlock Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember. So we got 5 and 4. Ninjago, the movie Lego.
Oh, that's number 1, right?
Definitely.
3.
We're just gonna go in order right now.
Yeah,
3.
right now. Yeah, we'll see what happens at number 1 and number 2, I guess.
Okay, 3. That's fine with me. And then we have
Kids Love Ninjago.
Marvel's Lego Avengers.
All right. Well, the Lego Avengers was better than the actual Avengers. So 2.
Sure. 2.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Let's see what number 1 is. Let's see how fucked up we are.
Number 1 is Super DC Villains Lego.
Now I've heard that's a good game.
Oh, actually, really?
Yeah.
Never played anything from.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Number 1.
What's our list then?
So your list is 1,
Got Greg Miller in it.
2, 3, 4, 5.
No.
I'm
Ninjago
cool
was
with
3.
that list.
Oh.
No. That is how it was. Oh no, yeah. Ninjago was 3. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Well, that's
Yeah,
a
don't you,
weak list,
hey,
but-
you put some respect on Ninjago's name.
That's my bad.
do you want to have a guess on how much I paid for the Lego games altogether?
Like £4.
I wish.
Go on.
Crash? 8. I paid £8.
Oh.
What do you think I paid for Star Wars Battlefront 2?
£1.
You're damn straight I did. I won't pay no more than £1 for this shit. You're crazy. Do you want one more out of my random bag?
Sure.
Sure, why not? This is fun. I like the tactile feel to this one. It's like, actually having the boxes
So
there.
we get the game face,
We're gonna look at it like, yeah, it's a bit fresher in your mind.
Here we go. All right.
Okay.
Number
okay.
1 is Cameo.
Oh.
4.
4. Yeah, I'm feeling 4. I think you can get worse, but you could definitely get better.
Did I pick up better at a boot sale?
Probably.
Yeah.
You picked up
There's gonna be like
Lego
one hidden-
Avengers.
You always have like one hidden gem somewhere. Usually.
Sometimes.
Fantastic 4 on PS2.
5.
I'm so glad we didn't put that at 5. That would be a horrible turn of events.
Wow.
SingStar Take That.
1. No. Are you aware of Take That, Crash?
List.
Chris,
Yeah.
you know what Take That is?
Can we have a 6?
I have no clue what Take That is.
Oh, really? One of the biggest boy bands of the 90s.
It's
They
not
got a
in
PS2 game.
what's the other one?
Backstreet Boys.
They're the British
Actually,
NSYNC. It's fine.
This guy,
3.
he was the guy. He was
Gary
the guy.
Barlow.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3. Okay.
SmackDown versus Raw 2008.
Ooh. 1. Yeah.
Smart call, Chris. We have Lego City Underground, a Wii U.
Well, 2's the only one left, right?
That's the only spot. You know what? I'm happy with this list.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
The SingStar one is the only one. Like, I wish that could be 4.
I think Cameo's a bit low, lads, for this list. Let's be honest.
What is? Yeah.
Yeah, if I could, I'd swap.
Honestly, that should be like 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
And then
Yeah.
move that to 2 and move everything else down. It would be fine.
fair enough. All right. Let's do one from the audience, shall we? This one comes from Orange Cookie Man, and he's put what they are, which I don't want you to know, so I'm not going to say. First up, Sony.
Okay.
Bold. Start with Sony. I feel like 2? You thinking 2? Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking where he's going with this. I'm thinking there's definitely something that could be higher if it's on here. Yeah, I'm happy with 2.
I'm also involved in this, lads.
Okay. Well, what do you think?
Because you don't know that. Oh, yeah. I apologize, Fix. I was so used to the game version with the boxes and you hold them up.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
You just got rid of
Okay.
it.
Our fault.
Understand.
Okay.
That's our fault.
I'd go 1 personally, but
Why 1?
I don't know.
Why 1?
Give me a good reason and
because let's say hypothetically it's game publishers or like highest rated games, Sony's definitely number one. Definitely. Okay. And unless you would go Nintendo at number one, just because Nintendo being Nintendo. But see, I think that's also nostalgia bias more than recency bias.
So my brain's not going for publishers or like anything like that. Mine's going for stars, like the Nintendo, like the Xbox games. Okay. So if it is that,
but would it?
We'll see as we go on. But like I'm thinking, like you've got Steam, which would be number one, right?
Yeah, but would he call it Sony in that case if you're going for stores?
I don't know.
Not Sony store.
Yeah, but I don't know how he's worded it. We've had this conversation with Origin Cookie Mans before.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Let's go for 2 for now.
I'll go with 2. We can't change it.
We can't change it. We
want to change it.
Next up, EA.
Oh, fuck.
3.
4 or 5. 3.
Yeah,
4
like... What we got? Are we basically?
The only way you put it at 3 is if you're looking at just their sports titles.
No, I disagree.
You got the Star Wars titles, Mass Effect. Yeah.
We go with the most recent Mass Effect.
Well, yeah, I mean, come on, who does that? Like, what was it? Apex?
But we don't.
The Jedi Survivor games.
All the Joseph Ferris games. Away Out, It Takes Two. Split Fiction.
I'm okay with 3.
Category.
Sims, yeah. Like, I know we give EA a lot of crap, but yeah, they've got some bangers in there.
Want to do 3? Sure.
3.
Yeah.
4.
Nintendo.
1.
2. Oh, 1, yeah, because we put Sony 2. Yeah, 1.
Put Sony at 2.
EA shouldn't have been at that 3 spot, is what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah, okay, 1. All right, fine. So we got Nintendo at 1, Sony at 2, EA at 3. Ubisoft.
5.
4.
5.
4.
I'm not. No, 5. I budged for EA. I'm not budging for Ubisoft. 5.
4.
If we put EA at 5, Ubisoft could have happily gotten 4.
There's so many things that could be the last one.
Yeah.
That are better than the Ubisoft.
It's gonna be Xbox, isn't it?
Probably.
I'm
going to say 5 as well.
5. Let's not fucking do that.
Let's not do that. No, this is the end of the podcast if we do that. I'm saying 5 for Ubi.
Fine. Activision Blizzard.
4, yeah.
4. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with them being above Ubi.
Yeah.
No. World of Warcraft alone.
Diablo.
You guys
go to the old Spider-Man games. I think you forget what Activision's published over their fucking tenure as a publisher.
I think you forget who Ubisoft is. I think you forget who Ubisoft is. You think I'm biased?
Ubisoft's number 4 on this list. EA's number 5 on this list.
That's what you think.
100%. There's no doubt.
I loved Ubisoft before I got paid. All right.
No. I don't think you're biased because you got paid by them. I think you're biased because you like Ubisoft. You're the one who brought that up.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Title. I can't guess on this, but feel free to go with it. Sure.
The look on your face is going to be convoluted and stupid.
It's not. It's just the Origin Cookie Man loves a fucking bracket. He loves to bracket some information to give context, which sometimes I love and sometimes I hate. That's all.
Okay. So there's a bracket.
Do we need a bracket in the title?
No.
Okay.
Wow. This list, like the fact that Xbox isn't on the list.
On an Xbox podcast and everything.
I mean, it just throws off the list though, right? Like, we was expecting.
Yeah, it's like, what can I... Yeah.
So just quick rundown of what the list is at right now. Just a 5.
PlayStation 1, Nintendo... No.
It doesn't matter about the numbers, I just need to know what though. Yeah.
Okay, then EA, Ubisoft, Activision.
See, the thing that throws me is like, I don't know what it could be because like with having Nintendo and
Sony without Xbox,
Sony on there, and then like having 2 first-party publishers and then 3 third parties. It's like it's not a like first-party publisher thing. It's not a third-party publisher thing.
Oldest game publishers.
Oldest game publishers. You got nothing. No, you got something. I'm joking. Go on.
Publishers with the highest rated games.
You're both wrong. You both only got the word publisher in it. He has got as a title top 5 video game publishers in brackets 2014 watchmojo.com in bracket. So yeah, didn't need the context there really, but it's fine. But yeah, you both don't get an extra point. I'm sorry.
Origin, I'm coming for you.
Let's get into Fix a Sack and then get the hell out of it. First one comes from Trent Teresa says, given that Rockstar has a record for delaying GTA, do you think they could have delayed it as part of a marketing strategy to create further FOMO? No, I don't think that's the purpose of the delay. But yes, it is only going to make the game bigger. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, like...
Yeah.
So part of me is like, no, not a chance in hell. But then there's the other part of me that's like, well, it's still within the same fiscal year, so it's not going to damage their low end. So maybe they could have done, but like, no, I don't know. No.
A delay doesn't really create FOMO though.
Yeah,
because FOMO is when a game is out and you want it. Because other people are.
Oh no,
like,
that's true.
Other people have it. Yeah, I don't.
Out. Yeah, no, I guess FOMO is not the right word, but I understand what we're going for here.
Further anticipation, further hype.
To build up like hype for the game.
Put it this way, let's be real, yeah. As soon as the game got delayed, I went straight back to roleplay instantly. So because I was like, I want that fix. I want GTA. So I can definitely see it working in a way, but I don't think that's the reason. I think the reason was polish. I think the reason was to try and to avoid crunch to the best of their ability. Yeah. I don't see them as liars. Many things, Rockstar, many things Take Two. I don't see them as liars often though.
No.
I would say
greedy fuckers Take Two when it comes to NBA. Let me tell you that.
I would say no, just because they don't have to delay it to create. They could have released the trailer they released and the pictures they released, and I think they would have had as much attention. Yeah. Even without the delay.
Yes, but I will admit, I think I watched that trailer like 20 times so far. And I think partly it's because I know that's all I'm getting for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not getting anything until the end of the year, yeah.
Or, you know, like I'm not getting the game either. So it's like, yes, I don't know. Yes, I agree with you. I don't think it's necessarily going to be bigger. Like it's hard. Yeah,
it's I don't know. For me, it's like hype's at 100%, and the delay made it go above 100%. That's completely like irrelevant sort of situation of like, it created more hype, but it doesn't actually affect anything because the people who are going to get it and are interested in the game are still interested. They're just more so like the game's not coming out for longer. Let me comb over every detail of everything they ever put out, every statement they make for any game. We're going to get some Borderlands news, and people are going to be like, there's Gears of War news in there somewhere. Read every word carefully. There's got to be an anagram or something.
Yeah, to answer Trent's question, probably, do you think they did it on purpose? No, I think they did it for, more polished time.
Okay, I agree. Next up from Orange Cookie Man, when watching the new GTA 6 trailer, did you spot the nod to influencers from Final Fantasy 1 on mobile?
No. Should we
have? I can't
have?
tell if this is a joke about Matt playing it. I can't tell. I saw this one come through and I'm like, is this a Final Fantasy 1 joke that's going over my head? I'm glad you all have had the same reaction to it because I don't know if I don't know. Give us more context. Again, see when I say to you, like, I don't sometimes like your context. Now I need your context. See how that works?
Mm-hmm.
That works. Toplift91 says, with the way cloud streaming has become more relevant to it today, do you think Google Stadia would have had a better chance at success if it had launched now rather than when it did? Or do you think it would have still failed? I personally think it still would have failed as Google. The things that made Stadia cool weren't even Stadia as a whole. I liked the play with your favorite YouTuber. You can connect through YouTube and all that stuff, like all the gimmicky crap that no one really cares about. And just Google just have this. They never commit.
Yeah,
they never fucking commit. Like.
Yeah, they never full send it. I think it would have failed, and for one reason alone, is every cloud streaming service that we've got right now is an addition or a part of a service that's offering other things, where you can get your games locally. You can then also play your games in cloud, or it's part of a Game Pass. So a Game Pass subscription gives you it. Stadia's marketing was you buy access to a digital game that you can only stream. Which makes it useless if they close the system or you don't have internet for some reason. Therefore, it hinders itself before it even gets off the ground.
Not only that, it's the whole another store, right?
Yeah.
Like you were buying games on the Stadia store. I remember Anne was big on Stadia.
Mm-hmm.
Anne was big, and I was like, brother, this ain't it. He's like, this is the future, and I'm like, okay, bud. No. And no, I still think it would have failed. Crash, what do you reckon?
Yeah, no, I think like you said, Google doesn't really stick with stuff enough. I think they would have had the same issues they had back then today, possibly even more because there's more streaming services, that it would have had an even harder time to get a foothold. Stadia did get some sort of foothold. They just did nothing with the little bit of ground they got. So I think you still end up with the same issues, unfortunately. I do think still looking at it and looking at the sort of the selling point of the streaming services, Stadia still to this day is the most interesting. It's just half the stuff they said we're going to do, I don't think ended up coming. They were you watch a YouTube video, at the end of the YouTube video there'll be a little thing you click and you just launch the game. That never came happened. And there's another
the premise was cool. I remember watching the reveal trailer. I think I watched it with you, Crash, if I remember right. So. But it just never came to fruition, unfortunately. Big Willie P says, questions/discussion for the podcast. After talking about the Xbox handheld, I discovered an app for my Steam Deck called XB Play. Some may have heard of it. It's a native app on the deck that can stream games from Game Pass within its own menu system and do remote play to your console. It costs $10 in the US. Do you think more publicity around apps like these would really hurt a true Xbox handheld? No, I don't think so. And the reason is it's a niche within a niche. You know, I own a Steam Deck. I'm in that world. I don't know this exists. Even if there was more publicity about it, I still probably wouldn't care as such. And the people that really care about this stuff already have their games on Game Pass and have not jailbroken, but whatever the whole system is that you have to do to go through it. It is doable. It's just a ball ache to do.
I don't agree with that. It's super easy, but yeah.
It's not, because if it was that easy, I would have done it. I tried. Yeah, but
that's a lot of work. If it's not just click install and install whatever it is a lot of work for something like that.
It's not.
It's not that it's actually difficult. It's just difficult comparatively to all the other systems on the device.
I've got about 4 broken PS2s, right? They all have laser issues. I know how to change the lasers on PS2s. Not hard at all. But it takes me about 45 minutes to do, maybe a little bit shorter, taking out all the screws and whatever, right? It's easy, but it's 45 minutes that I don't want to do it. So, I get you on the easy. I could follow a YouTube tutorial and get it done 100%. I could. Why are you pulling faces? I could.
Because I know that half an hour later I get a message. Can you just show me how this works?
Yes, 100%. But 99% of it would be done though. So that's all that matters.
I'm saying like 20%. Come on.
Well, he spent half an hour with you learning how to do it and do it at Despawn. That's what he meant, not a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Whatever. I hate you guys. But no, I don't think this would hurt the handheld. No. I think the people that want the Xbox handheld are going to buy the Xbox handheld no matter what. I think it's more than just, playing games. I think
if there was more promotion to this app and people were talking about it, like, oh, this is cool. The moment Xbox releases their own thing, it's like, oh, Xbox has an official thing now that'll probably work better than whatever this app is and all that stuff. I think it's more likely to help an Xbox app than it is to harm it, but I think ultimately it's like really inconsequential.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Orange Cookie Man again, who says, "Have you heard about the release of the free-to-play game called Granny Kick Neighbor last year? You play the role of a vengeful grandma who has likely been kicked down the stairs too many times. Which number expedition team was most likely the specialist in the granny kicking?" And he's given us a whole store page.
Granny Kick Neighbor. Okay, I'm trying to break up a trailer for us.
I've never heard of it before in my life, I have to say. Ever?
Nope.
No. So
also the answer would be a spoiler, so I'm not going to answer that question.
Yeah. Oh, I have seen this game. Yes, I have seen this game.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know what it was called, but I have seen it. Yeah, it's like it's a kind of a PvP thing where it's like one person plays a granny, one person plays a baby, and you've got to just like the baby's trying to escape while the granny's trying to catch the baby. And it is suitably ridiculous.
It looks like the most PC-ass PC game ever.
It is 100% the PC-ass PC game.
Is this the game where there's a whole bunch of stuff that the child has in the house that can end up hurting the kid, or is this?
That's it. Yeah, no, the child. Yeah, no, actually, I don't know. It might be this.
I don't think it's the one. I don't think it's this one. I know
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
This one has got they got guns in this and stuff. You can shoot people.
Okay. So we're installing this after we finished here, yeah?
Absolutely not. I've got way better things to do with my time. And last one from Orange Cookie Man says, with reports improvements to the performance of the Xbox PC app, are we about to see a big push in pro PC initiatives like Xbox Play Anywhere? And then it suggests call and tweet, which I already seen. I don't really understand the question, to be honest.
I think what he's saying is now that Xbox are making these market improvements to like the App Store and things like that, are we going to see them using that as a kind of benchmark or like a jumping off point to like push for like the more pro PC initiatives? Like the app is so good, you can use it for Play Anywhere.
It's kind of a weird leap to make. I find because they're already doing Xbox Play Anywhere before this change.
Yeah.
So from that front, it's weird. But then it's also like the PC app is a PC app that needs to be better.
Yeah.
That had issues that needed to be improved on regardless. So even in that front, it's just sort of like a weird connection to make.
Yeah, just to be clear, the update and especially the screenshot doesn't make it look that much better either.
Yeah, the app
it
doesn't
still
look
looks like
better.
the same pile of crap. Like,
I think it's a performance upgrade.
Just runs better. Yeah.
So it's not even like
it is a UI thing as well, though. I think.
Yeah, there is some like slight UI changes to it, but I think the major part is the performance.
I mean, I'm not really ever sitting around being like it performs that bad. It's just
I am.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there was a certain point where I just could not use the Xbox app to download games, and I had to go into the actual Windows store to do it.
I have had that happen.
Mm-hmm. It just sits on 0%.
You're right. I wouldn't have like registered those as performance issues, but they are performance issues. You're correct.
Yeah. But no, I don't think this is a big ploy or anything like that. I think it's just a case of their app sucks, so they're updating it.
Yeah. Finally.
And it's needed it for a while. So yeah. Boys, let's plug and get ourselves out of here. Crash, what you plugging this week, my dude?
Podcast reviews. I don't know if we have any podcast reviews over here. I'm going to assume not. And then I'm going to be a very sad American over here with no reviews.
I'm going to check the UK.
I already checked the UK. We have 4.
You have 4 new reviews?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
My Americans have let me down one too many times. Oh, I'm no longer an American.
Shut the fuck up, Despawn. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
No, Despawn, say what you're going to say. Say what you're going to say, Despawn.
I can only see 3, but that might be because my app's playing up, so who knows? That must have been it. Unless it's a new one.
We've decided we're not going to read them out this week because we just don't think it's worth it. But we just want to say America sucks.
They're all 5 stars. They said America sucks. They're all legitimately from legitimate people that legitimately exist. Hey, UK.
You know what? Hey. You guys are making me where I need to install a VPN just to check out your review.
Just as a side note, UK, if you could more reviews, please. That'd be great.
Please. Just to make us not liars.
Yeah, I don't want to be a liar. I don't like
There's somebody that's not in America or not in the UK that leaves reviews every week and it's like, they don't read my review.
There's a guy in Australia that's literally been reviewing the podcast on every phone in Australia. It's like, why don't they read my stuff out? God damn it. So, mad. Despawn, we got to plug.
Podcast reviews, UK, let's do it. Come on. Nothing really major this week. Jump on the socials. Jump follow us everywhere. You know, the blue skies, the Twitters, Twitch, YouTube, all of that stuff. Do it. Cool. MXM official.
Yep. Do it. Editor should be back hopefully soon. I'm waiting for him to come back. So there should be more stuff coming out real soon. And we'll be having a little meeting hopefully soon. We're getting up to the halfway point of the year. So we've got to discuss a few bits. We know we still got to deliver on a few bits as well. So it will all happen very, very soon. All right, let's get the hell out of it. Till next time, we'll love you, leave you. See you later. Good boy.